Hey there, Jen. How you doing today?
Hi. Hey, Ronnie. I'm doing great. How are you?
Wonderful. Hi, everybody. We are Ronnie.
And Jenny.
And who are we?
Oh, we are the Heart and Soul Sisters.
Yes, we are. And today we're coming to you with just a short video. We wanted to talk a little bit about an experiment that you might like to try while you're home at this time, trying to quarantine, shelter in place, hang out in lockdown, what pick your metaphor. I wanted to share an experience that I had when I did my yoga teacher training at Kripalu Center several years ago. While we were there, now I'm going to bear in mind this is something that's if you're homeschooling small children, this might not be available to you. But if you're
Yeah.
by yourself or if you're with adults, maybe you can get the adults in your household to try this too. But it was an experiment in unplugging totally and completely. So it wasn't just putting down the phone and not watching TV. It was also not speaking to other people. So maintaining social silence. And we were asked to do it for 24 hours. I did it for 48 because it was just, I just wanted to have that experience. And so I could do a little reading or a little journaling, but mostly I was going to the trainings and having my meals by myself quietly and just napping, meditating, practicing yoga, journaling, as I said, just paying attention to what came up. That's what's very interesting is that if you are not speaking to other people, then you have time to turn inward. And what I found was really amazing that it really was an opportunity to just watch what was going on inside, whether it was watching my thoughts, watching emotions as they kind of came and went. There was a lot of emotion just sort of coming up, and there was a certain amount of crying going on too while I was in this experiment because it just things were percolating is the only way I can really describe it. And I was just trying to be with it and watch it, and if I felt an emotion to let it be there without trying to figure out what it was, right? It's really easy to go, oh, what's that pain all about, and why am I feeling this way, and was it because X happened in the past or that sort of thing. I didn't try to give it a story or a name. I just kind of sat with it, and it was really interesting the things that came up and the energy that moved, and it was just it was a cool experience. And so I just thought we got nothing better to do. We're all home. We're not going out. My big thrill is a grocery store once a week, so that's all the excitement I have outside of just hanging out at home. So an invitation to give it a try and see what comes up for you. And I know you
Yeah,
had
absolutely.
similar kinds of things, experiences, Jen.
Yeah, absolutely. I think on one of a couple of our Kripalu trips, we had that opportunity to do 24 hours of silence our first day there, and I found that initially it was so hard for me to my brain, like that monkey chatter brain that's just constantly going, had a hard time just accepting it. And with each time that I tried that again, I found that I was able to get into that place of stillness more quickly, to where I could just sit with myself and those emotions that kind of start percolating up. And yeah, and it's really amazing to when some of this stuff will just come up out and really surprise you, what
Yeah,
will
yeah,
come to the surface. And it's like Dr. Kim Duramo has said, just whatever is coming to the surface, just be present with it, breathe through it, and send love to your heart, love to that feeling. Uh, and by being present with it, it does it does help it to transmute, dissipate, whatever word you want to call it. It
dissolve.
it 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 dissolves. It loses that intensity,
Mm-hmm.
and there are some amazing, just it's like an energy release is what I call it. It's just all that tension that we tend to hold, in our neck, our shoulders, as women, especially. That for me, the heart and the stomach, the solar plexus right there below the sternum.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and when I'm like on my days off, when my husband's working his alternating shifts, I will spend the whole time. And I love music and love old movies and all kinds of stuff like that. Jane Austen, I can do a Jane Austen binge like
Who
anybody.
can't? Who can't
But oh
really?
my gosh, yeah, I love Jane Austen. So, but there are at least a couple times a month where I will spend just that day in complete silence. I'll feed the animals. I'll go for a walk with my dog and spend time with the horses just in complete silence. And it just soothes. It's like a balm to my heart and my soul, truly. I believe it's helping me to understand myself, to know myself so much better because I'm not constantly in the chatter brain and the chronically, hopscotching from one thing to another. It helps me to be still. Much like when we go to see you at the camp,
Oh yeah.
every summer we have our family reunion there, and there's no telephone or TV, or we do have our little iPad thingies or
Phones.
music,
Yeah.
but just to sit and be still on the dock watching the water, or just to swim for an hour, doing laps or walking in the woods, just being around nature, among nature, and being peaceful is such a gift.
Yeah.
And that stillness is what I think all of our hearts and minds crave. We crave stillness. We crave peace. And that's what that unplugging and the silence gives us. It creates that space, that opportunity to be truly present with our individual selves and our
Yeah.
feelings.
And taking an exercise like this on can help somebody discover the extent to which they are or are not comfortable with silence. So I know that as a younger adult, I would always have something on, right? I would listen to NPR or I would have my music on. Whether I'm at home, whether I'm in the car, there was always something on. And the music was on, it would be on loud. And I realized, years ago that I was trying to drown out my own thoughts by doing that. That I really was trying to distract myself. And I wasn't watching mindless, crummy television. I was listening to music that uplifted me and learning something by listening to the radio. But it still was a distraction. It still was running away from whatever I might find if I were quiet enough for it to poke its little head out. And it's wonderful to be in a place where I'm not afraid to do that. Where I actually really like the quiet. Sometimes I'll be in the car. In fact, I was just today. I went out. I had to run an errand, and it took a little while. So I had the radio on for a little bit, and I thought, no, 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 no. I just turned it off. It's like I don't need it. It's not helping. It's just distraction, and I'd rather just enjoy the drive and the
Be
silence.
present.
Yeah, be
Yeah.
present. So give it a shot. See what happens. Let us know how it goes. Leave us a comment here,
Yes. We
and
would love to hear from you.
yeah, and you can follow us as our intro showed on Facebook and on Instagram. We are the Heart and Soul Sisters. We also have a website that links you to our podcasts, www.heartandsoulsisters.net. All the words spelled out, Heart and Soul Sisters. So lots of ways to contact us and see us and let us know what you think. Until then,
Absolutely.
sending you lots of love and light and many, many
And
blessings.
many blessings.
Take care.
Bye bye.